Sir, the tip that you left, the young lady server, the owner takes the tips.
That's horrible.
No. Okay.
Don't with me.
Yeah, I will with you. Who
Yeah.
the you think you are?
Oh my God, Sammy's going to hurt him.
I'm fed up. I'm getting sick and tired of your. Well then, answer my question.
Speak with me.
Yeah, I want
You
to
want
speak.
with me? I will with you.
It is alarming when I realize that I share the world with some truly unhinged people, and sometimes I like to think like they cannot really be like that. Unfortunately, that is the case when it comes to Samy and Amy. Before getting into everything, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well today. This episode of Kitchen Nightmares is a little bit different from the rest because it doesn't really have like a filthy kitchen that roaches would be glad to call home. The food is debatable. I mean, there's a moment when Gordon Ramsay has a burger and it's just, for lack of a better term, very wet.
And a soggy bun that's just full of grease. Come on. They have a lot of nerve calling this a blue ribbon burger. Well, medium rare is not. Ooh. Oh. It's just a mess. Oh dear. That is overcomplicated, so unnecessary. And look, that is one burger.
Yeah, I wouldn't want a burger squirting out its juices everywhere either.
Phrasing?
Wet burgers aside, what really makes this restaurant different from the others that have been featured on Kitchen Nightmares?
We're waiting on one pizza.
It's coming now. It's coming now.
You keep saying that. You've been saying that for an hour.
Look at him, he's like, where's my pizza?
Really?
Send him home!
Yeah, 11 pizza. It's coming. You want to wait? You wait. You don't want to pay what you have, and you off from here. Do you understand?
Sammy?
You self out. You out. Don't speak like this. Go out.
No.
Yeah, you.
Sammy, call the police.
Shut up, police. You pay and go. Stop. You have drinks.
Are they for real?
You pay. You don't go out. You, if you touch you come from here. I told you. You go. You.
Kidding me right
No,
now?
I'm kidding. You. Not kidding. You.
Call the police.
Pay the money. No, I want the money from him.
I am calling the police. You guys are.
No, he's just calling the police.
I know, but hey, you're not touching him. Get away.
You are. You piece of.
You are a little pansy. Get
Amy,
out of here. Don't you
yeah.
ever come back here. You little weenie. Keep walking.
You.
Give me a break. This is, you guys, I make excellent food. You all think that you can come in here and say these things. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like this before.
Okay, I'm actually convinced they created this restaurant just so they can get out all their frustrations on their customers because there's no way they think this is normal. If they had a slogan, it would be "Come for the pizza, stay for the trauma." My guest have been flabbered, and this is just the beginning of the episode. It gets so much worse. And I actually feel bad for Gordon Ramsay because he has no idea what he's about to get himself into. And at the very end, I think he just realizes that this was all for nothing. When Gordon Ramsay arrives, Amy and Samy try to put on this facade as if they're really chill people. That is until Amy goes into this long-winded diatribe about the bullies and haters.
You got me excited. Sorry.
Come through here. Okay.
Please.
Oh my God. Okay.
Who's the head chef?
I am.
Yo, hold on. Stop. Holy crap. You got lucky.
I'm the lucky one. He is my soulmate, and we're in this business together.
Fine,
and we
fine.
stand strong together. We have to because there's a lot of online bullies and haters and bloggers. We stand up to them, and I think we're the only ones that ever have as restaurant owners. And they come and they try to attack us and say horrible things that are not true. Because they're used to eating processed wood chips or used to getting things for free and not from us.
Okay. Let's catch up with the haters and
I know.
that stuff.
After you.
Can I have a quick look at the kitchen?
Of course.
I love the way he looks at her like, what the f is wrong with you? He should have known something was wrong when she said all of that stuff unprovoked.
I'm in danger.
Gordon meets the rest of the employees before he sits down with Amy and Samy, and the show lets the cat out of the bag when they enter a confessional from one of the employees.
The restaurant itself is very clean and nice, but it's Amy and Samy that are the problem. Do not judge a book by its cover. I feel like Samy sugarcoats a lot of what happens in the restaurant. So Amy gets this feeling that like everything she's doing is correct, everything's right.
Honestly, all I had to do was look into Amy's eyes to know that she's a part of the problem. There's just something really unsettling about them. Oh no, doesn't make me one of the bullies and haters to say that. I hope she doesn't get Samy to come and beat me up.
Answer my question.
Speaking of the bullies and haters, Amy brings it up again when Gordon asks her what is wrong with this restaurant, and all she does is blame the customers.
I have issues with customers that are trying to be online bullies and say horrible things.
Online bullies.
They're online bullies and write things that are not true. They write that I have store-bought dough. They write that things are frozen. I understand that, but those things are not true.
But when did this start?
2.5 years ago.
This guy came in that started this entire online bullying.
He ordered pizza margarita. And after I say, okay, how is your pizza? He said, it's a frozen pizza. The next day he went and gave us a review. Oh my God. My wife, she was...
Well, retaliated.
You wrote back to him?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well,
Why?
I told him I thought he was a loser, he was a moron.
No,
I
no, you're
didn't
insulting
take him.
him.
I
Tell me.
understand he insulted
Yeah,
me first,
he did.
and I attacked back. I'm not going to let anybody bully me, bully my husband. That's a joke.
You need thick skin in this business.
Well, they called me Crazy Amy B.
Okay, I might be a little terrible because I actually found that funny. First of all, as much as you might want to, do not respond to negative comments because 9 times out of 10, they're just looking for someone to argue with. I don't receive it that often, but I have received negative criticism, and I just don't respond to it, don't feel the need to, because if I do, I don't know how that's going to end up, and it might just give fuel to that person to take me to a place where I know I don't want to go. Now, that does not mean to never listen to any criticism that isn't positive, because at least in my mind, I can reshape it in case it's something I actually do need to work on. It could help make my work better, and I feel like that could apply to any job, really. Sometimes people really are just hating for the sake of being a hater, and you can ignore them. But sometimes you can take negative criticism and silently work on bettering yourself if there is room for improvement. You don't and won't know everything, and that is okay. However, Amy and Samy do think that they know everything, and we'll see how that causes issues as we continue through with this episode. Also, the fact that Amy is a cat lady does not surprise me at all.
Do you have children?
Well, we have 3 little boys, but they're trapped inside cat bodies. Meow.
Yeah, they're cats.
Our babies are cats. They're my whole life, besides my husband and my business. I speak feline. Meow, 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 meow.
You know what? As long as she's not licking her cat's fur like that one woman, I think it's okay. Yes, there's a woman who does that or did that. I don't know. I covered it when I did the episode of My Strange Addiction. And it is as nauseating as you think it is. Back to kitchen nightmares. As Gordon Ramsay orders his food, he learns from the server that she doesn't receive her tips because Samy steals it from her. And when Gordon Ramsay questions Samy about this, his reasoning is because that they don't deserve the tips that the customers give them.
How long have you been here?
A month and a half.
Good tips?
I don't make tips.
Say that again.
I make hourly.
Serious? You must be the only server in this country
I know.
that doesn't get tipped out. So where do the tips go?
The owner.
What?
Yeah,
I can't believe that.
I know. I try to tell him.
Wow. You spoke earlier about the problem with staff. Yeah, I just found out something pretty major. Miranda, the young girl?
Yeah.
You don't give her her tips.
No.
Samy,
Yeah.
you cannot take servers' tips.
Then bring me the people who's going to do their job and I don't have to interfere. They can take the whole tips for them. Did you see? I already took 3 orders by myself and sent them already to the...
You're the owner.
I'm doing the most of the job.
Wow.
I don't care if the server drops plates, snatches somebody's wig, sets a table on fire. If the customer decides to let them still get a tip after all of that, maybe fire the person for liability reasons, but let them have their goddamn tip. I just know if I were in that position, I would be calling the Department of Labor on Samy's ass because he is stealing tips. I don't care how gangster you are.
Answer my question.
We will have this bitch shut down by the end of the night because you're stealing my money. And after making a call to the Department of Labor, we can make a call to the health department since Amy doesn't know how to bake a pizza thoroughly.
The fig and pear and prosciutto pizza. Well, the crust is supposed to be good, but it's not that crusty. It's very very, very sweet. And my dough's raw. After all this wait. Wow. That is so sweet. But that's not the issue. The issue is the dough is raw. I finished. It's raw. It's doughy.
I don't know how we come out today like this,
Well-
but normally they love that pizza. It's really, really lovely.
I'm telling you what I'm getting, and it's raw, soggy and wet, and too sweet in general.
We'll take that out.
You take it back to Amy, please.
Of course, yes.
Thank you.
I have to wonder if Gordon Ramsay had like amazing insurance for this show, because the amount of times he would put things in his mouth that can make him sick is so crazy to me. After that, we revisit the burger from earlier, and then ravioli, and then a salmon burger.
What a mess. It has to be one of the most confused ravioli dishes I've ever seen and tasted in my entire life.
No shade, that ravioli looks like puke. I could eat it, throw it back up, and it'd look the same. He also hates the salmon burger, no surprise there.
Look at this thing here. This is what I've been waiting for. So it's like a salmon cake, crab cake, burger. It's overcooked. I mean, it's not good. Although it may be good for those 3 boys, 3 cats at home.
Do you want me to take that?
Please, because it is like eating dry cat food. Do you want to take a sample?
No, I really don't.
One thing I like is salmon. More specifically, I really like salmon patties. I made some the other day, and I guarantee you that Chef Ramsay would be nicer about my salmon than hers. By the way, I'll include a video of me making some salmon patties later on in the video. Later that night, Gordon Ramsay returns to the restaurant for the dinner service, and he gives Amy some feedback on the food that he received earlier, and she took that pretty well.
Wrong answer, forehead.
Yeah, no, she gets offended and doesn't want to hear a single word that he has to say.
I have people tell me it's the best pizza that they've ever had in their life.
My pizza today was undercooked, so it was raw, and I said, will you take that back? He said, I can't talk to her in service. Why is that? You're a husband and wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not as if you're sort of manager and assistant manager. So why can't you go and tell your wife?
Because
Sweetheart,
I know my
pizza,
wife.
wake up, is undercooked.
I don't think your pizza was undercooked. I checked it when I took it out of the oven, just like I do every other pizza. And to me, it was crispy on the bottom. When I cut it,
Right.
it was crunchy.
Okay.
So to me, it wasn't
Okay,
wrong.
so that's your version because you
Sure.
didn't see it come back. However, the bun for the beef burger was soggy as anything. Blue cheese, marinated mushrooms, crispy bacon bits, white truffle oil. Who comes up with those ideas?
I did.
Because there's certain things that don't go together, and that's 4 of them.
Chef Ramsay is standing there riding my ass about white truffle oil and garlic aioli. Oh my God, like he's never heard of any flavor profile in the world as disgusting. I have never had a problem with that hamburger, ever.
Because your husband doesn't tell you.
Girl, did you think that a chef famous for telling people that their food is wasn't going to pull you to the side and say, hey, your food is kind of She shouldn't be confused about how any of this works, and to be fair, he was being pretty nice because he could have thrown some more in there. I feel like that criticism wasn't even that harsh because all he was saying is, hey, here's what's wrong. Here's what we can do to make it better. But she just did not want to hear it. For example, here's her meltdown when he mentions the ravioli to her.
The raviolis, you cook them from frozen.
Yes, we do.
Do you know you can make these better?
What? Yes, I can make them from scratch.
No, but take them
course I
off.
can. Oh yes, of course. Why don't I
What
just
I'm trying
delete
to show
everything
you
from my
is that-
menu?
I'm just trying
And
to
then
say-
close my doors. What do you want me to sell?
These are store-bought
I
crap
understand
frozen
that.
ravioli.
They're not crap, and they're delicious. And the first time I've ever.
oh
Okay.
my
Did you
God.
taste it? You didn't taste that one.
I didn't because you didn't get the feedback. I said they were disgusting.
People usually love it. I've never had a problem with it, but
People usually love it.
yes, real customers, not haters.
Oh, come on, Amy.
The only reason that she doesn't hear any complaints is because of her husband. Even though he is a gangster,
Answer my question.
Not you.
he is afraid to tell his wife any kind of criticism.
The owner is trying to pull the wool over your eyes by offering you frozen raviolis. Would you mind if I 86 them? Are you going to tell your wife or shall I?
I will tell her.
Thank you.
Okay, listen.
Yeah.
No more raviolis
No
for
more
today.
raviolis
Yeah.
and no more hamburgers and no more salmon burgers. People
Yes.
can only have cakes tonight.
Okay.
Okay? I'm good with that. Complete.
She can't take criticism. Why is that?
Ask her that question.
Ask her.
I have the same problem for that.
Aside from this being how they run their restaurant, this has to be like incredibly unhealthy for their relationship if he feels like he can never say what's wrong. This goes back to my theory about this restaurant being some kind of weird crash out place for them to screen their frustrations at unsuspecting customers. I'm on to their weird little game here. After waiting so long for their food, about like an hour or so, the customers receive it, but they find out that it was not worth the wait at all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And the pizza?
Food is leaving the kitchen at a snail's pace. And it doesn't appear to be worth the wait.
You can take this back too. You didn't like it? Not good. Okay.
When food's not eaten, do they tell you?
No. Every single time a customer doesn't lick their plate, the waitress doesn't come to tell me that.
Amy, no one's licking that.
Just ignore him. I am ignoring everything that's happening.
I know there are other people in the kitchen helping Amy cook this food, but the blame falls solely on Amy. It just seems like there's a lot of food going to waste every night at this restaurant.
Stop. Thank you, Amy. Excuse me. So, that just comes back from the table, and it goes straight into the pot wash.
Then they didn't like it.
So, if they didn't like it, what are we going to do about it?
Let's wait. We finish today.
The kitchen needs to know.
Okay, then I'm going to tell her.
Thank you.
Okay. Amy, this is the salmon. They didn't like it.
For me, this is all. So I don't care.
None of you known about this because the young girl, Maria, grabbed the plate and was about to throw it away. That's a common thread in this restaurant.
I mean, are you purposely cooking it to taste like shit? Because that's how you lose money and you lose faith in your customers. It's not a good look at all. During this whole dinner service, Amy and Samy are being horrible people. And Gordon Ramsay confronts Samy about his tip stealing, and he also reveals to the customers that that's what he does all the time.
Wow, $10 tip.
Yeah.
That's nice. For you?
Of course, yeah. Why not?
Do you think the girls deserve some tips tonight?
No, they get hourly.
And so do you think if I went and asked every customer when they leave a tip that it goes straight to the owner and not to the server, do you think they'd be astounded? Let me ask that table there. Sir, the tip that you left, the young lady's server, the owner takes the tips.
No. Okay.
Don't with me.
Yeah, I will with you. Who
Yeah.
the you think you are?
Oh my God, Sammy's going to hurt him.
I'm fed up. I'm getting sick and tired of your Well, then answer my question. Then answer my question. Tell the customers they're going to get their tips.
No, they don't.
They should be told that you're taking them
Yeah.
because this servers deserve them.
You want to speak with me?
Yeah, I want to
You
speak.
want with me? I will with you.
Also, Amy decided to pick a fight with one of the employees because she didn't like the way that she said something to her.
Sammy,
Yes, darling.
I would appreciate it if you would send Katie home right
No.
now.
No,
I don't
no,
need
it's
an
okay.
attitude from her. She comes
No,
and she
it's
said,
okay.
It's because there's the two others.
oh my God. Am I sure?
What a little.
Mind you, this is how Katie asked this question.
4B. No, 5B.
Are you sure?
You don't need to question me, Katie. You can go home right now.
I'm sorry.
I'm not always the best at recognizing tone, but I swear that Katie was at a 0 while Amy was on 100, looking for a reason to lash out at someone. There's literally no reason to act like that. She was being an asshole for no reason. I don't know how else to say it because that is what she was being. If there's anyone that she wants to be upset with, it should be her husband, since he does not know how to put in orders correctly.
Are we used to waiting on something?
Yeah.
What is it that you're waiting on?
Pasta. This is
Yeah.
spicy pasta.
The pasta rustica?
Yes. Is that coming?
Can you look on B4 and see what else they had? They should have the pasta rustica.
It is. No, I don't have it. You didn't give it to me.
Sammy, I did write it down for you.
Ah, it was here.
It's right there.
What is it?
Pasta rustica.
I see you did here. It's okay.
I think, Katie, you can go. For sure. I'm talking to you, Katie.
Okay.
Katie! Listen to me when I'm speaking to you. Do not walk away from me. You don't work here anymore, okay? Don't start crying. Why are you behaving like this? Oh my God!
Come on.
Since I'm talking to you,
I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't doing anything.
You had an attitude with me all night long, Katie. Okay,
please.
I quit.
No, you're not.
She is quitting. She
I
has
quit.
an attitude. She comes to the kitchen tonight. She's like, I set a table. She said, are you sure? Are you my boss?
It's okay. Kitty, please. Go on. No, come on.
She doesn't work here anymore. She's a poisonous little viper, and I don't allow people to have an attitude in my restaurant. What does she know? Who the hell is she? She is gone. That's who she is.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
You and your husband are incompetent and have subpar food. You also don't know how to take criticism, and that's why your business is falling off the bone or on its way there. Ramsay sits down with them trying to see how they can make this work, but Amy is just not feeling it.
Now you've just fired a young girl, but just take a big deep breath and see if we can get some form of resolution here.
Okay.
Believe it or not, my intentions are good. You're shaking your head already.
I'm listening.
It's become evident that you can't take criticism. Why is that?
Are you seriously asking me why I'm so
Yes,
Yeah, I am.
You don't have to cry here. I don't want you to cry. You don't have to cry.
I'm not going to cry, Sammy.
Just
I'm
quiet.
trying to speak and
Just
take
quiet.
out my
Is it trying?
a conversation. No one lets me speak. Ever. Nobody. Oh my God, you don't understand.
Let me talk.
I know that, but you're not listening to me.
I know. I listen to you. We listen to you.
I'm trying to. He asked me a question.
I know.
What I do normally is good. I don't have people sending things back to me.
You don't know, Amy.
You're saying that
You don't know, because food comes back, it goes straight to the dishwasher.
Gordon Ramsay says that he's hoping they can do better the next day, but before meeting Amy and Samy, because they aren't at the restaurant, how professional, he meets with some former employees who have some tea to share. One of the former employees, Jessica, shares how Samy did not respect her talents and she basically had to beg him to do the work that she really wanted to do.
Jessica, what was your job?
I was hired as a food runner. Samy told me that he didn't like people who went to culinary school because he didn't think that we knew anything. And when I started, I was only allowed to pour water glasses and set them at the table. So I worked up front for a few months and basically had to beg my way back into the kitchen.
Unbelievable.
The other former employee, Henry, shares how dysfunctional Amy and Samy are and how they would demean him.
I was a busser for the most part.
How long ago were you there?
A little over a month.
And what kind of things did you see in the dining room?
He was always in a bad mood, no matter what. Like, I've never seen him in like a good mood. He can't take complaints in like a professional manner, which is the worst part. He made me wash his car one day.
What?
That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever done for him. They were always yelling at each other.
I would rather eat that dry ass salmon burger than wash their fucking car. And I just know he made him do it because he was holding over his head that he could fire him. Henry probably didn't even have another job lined up, and that's why he thought like this is his only option. He should just go ahead and do it. I would have said no, and I wish that Henry said no because there's no reason that a manager should ever treat you like that. Honestly, their restaurant is a playground for violations, and I would have called some people because obviously they don't know how to treat people and they don't deserve their business.
In the year and a half I was there, I saw at least 50 people come and go.
50?
They were in and out so fast.
Wow. What happens when customers complain about their food?
They get told that they're wrong, that, you know, no, we have the best food in the country. You're wrong. Like, there have been times people have gotten salmon that's raw and they'll send it back saying, you know, can you cook this a little more? And they're like, you don't know how to eat food. You don't know what you're doing. This is perfect. You obviously don't know. Customer's always wrong there.
That is insane.
It's just that they don't really know how to manage a restaurant. I don't know what it is, but they both think that, like, the whole world is out to get them.
Amy and Samy show up to the restaurant, and before getting into anything, they say they want to clear their air, which goes surprisingly well.
Wrong answer, forehead.
Yeah, you already know how this goes.
What would you like to clarify?
What I have a problem with were the comments you were saying to me last night while I was trying to focus on the food.
Let's look at one thing at a time and be open and honest.
Okay, that's
Okay?
fine.
Because for me, this was about uncovering the truth. When I'm told that the raviolis are freshly made...
I didn't tell you that.
Can I finish? Sorry, when your husband told me that the raviolis were fresh, I ordered them. And the raviolis were disgusting. Now, you may want to sit there and argue, but you're not prepared to understand that I'm here to show you what's right. And you can't take that.
I can. I'm ready for that. I have no problems with the food.
I told you about the burger, you refused to listen.
I did not. I
Every
asked
time
you
I tell
what
you
was
something,
wrong with it.
you come back with an excuse.
I kept
After
asking you
excuse,
what's wrong
after
and you couldn't
excuse.
give me
I told
an
you, the bun for the beef burger was soggy as anything.
I have never had a problem with that hamburger, ever. You said the salmon burger was dry, but it was wet. Is it dry or is it wet? Which one is it?
One at a time? No, you're confused. I'm not confused when we're talking about food.
Honestly, all she does is yell at Gordon Ramsay and denies every bit of criticism as if the production crew does not have it on video. Even when he mentioned how Jessica told him that Amy fired so many people from this restaurant, she was ready to argue him down about that.
But okay, we're going to forget yesterday.
Right.
We're going to start, if we continue the show, we're going to start from scratch.
I want to forget the word show. This is not a show for me.
No, I mean, I don't know what you call it.
This is a restaurant that is in crisis with a delusional owner that can't take criticism. So I'm going to tell you as it is. I met Jessica and Henry this morning, and I got told some awful things.
Like what?
The way you treat staff. They have to clean cars in the middle of service because the boss wants his car cleaned. And then witnessing over 50 staff being fired in that short period of time.
Really? 50 staff?
50 staff.
You're saying that I have fired 50 staff since
Both
Jessica
of you.
was here. You're saying that?
I am.
Can you prove that to me?
Here we
50
go again.
staff?
Look at your eyes.
That's because you're saying
Look how
lies.
bitter you are. Have you not had a turnover of more than 50 people?
She was wrong. 100 or even more than 100.
Wow.
Yeah, not only 50,
So the
100.
stats are actually worse than she told me.
Okay, they have to know that's not normal, right? You know that. Any job with a high turnover is questionable, but I honestly think that Amy and Samy did those people a favor so they no longer have to deal with their bullshit. The rest of the conversation involves Amy feeling like she's being attacked.
Yeah, I feel very attacked.
Relax, relax.
She bemoans how she feels judged and constantly disrupted, and they have real customers who have been with them throughout the years.
Just cool down. I mean,
All we've done, all that's happened is we have been attacked.
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 Why are you behaving like this?
Because I'm insulted. You verbally insulted me yesterday, and I held my
told you
tongue
the
out of
truth.
class. I didn't tell you the truth. I didn't
Why are you
say
pointing?
nasty things to you. Don't understand. You're judging me on you coming in here, disrupting the entire service. I've been doing this.
Disrupting?
You did disrupt us last night. How could I focus when you're
What about
on
my
my
lunch?
food? When you're standing here
What about
talking
when
to
you
my
cooked for
husband?
me?
What about when I cooked for you?
Who disrupted you then?
Everybody. What are you talking about?
Blaming everybody again.
I do my best so our business doesn't close because we can't find qualified people. You go get Miranda and that little Katie and Jessica, bring them here
The only
and
reason-
let me see how
They
they work.
won't come back
Will
in
you
here.
do that? Of course.
Do
Oh,
you know what? They're
'Cause
scared of you.
they're
and they're
scared of me.
embarrassed. But unfortunately, you've convinced yourself in your little Amy's world that everything you cook, touch, send, perfect.
I do not. What? Are
Love
you?
it.
Am I arguing?
Garlic
with
aioli
you?
goes well with white truffle.
Well,
That
let
pasta's
me show
delicious.
you some. Can I show you reviews? Hundreds of
Oh,
reviews
no.
that are excellent that
Oh,
we
no.
didn't write that
Not
are
the
from real
bullies on the
customers.
internet again.
No, good reviews, real customers that have supported us for
Look
6
at the way
years.
look at the way.
You're attacking my business
Attack
and
you.
my life. This is
I'm
all
telling
I
you the
do is
problems.
live this life every day. You're not telling me the problems. You are saying I'm delusional, I'm this, I'm this, I'm this.
Say what you want about Gordon Ramsay, but at least he tries to help. Is it effective 100% of the time? Probably not, but he tries his best with these restaurants. And this is the one time he realizes he cannot do anything for this couple or the restaurant.
I think you're too far gone.
Okay, then let's end the show. You think I'm too far gone? There's no hope. Yalla, yalla. It's Christmas. Let's go home. Okay.
I can't help people that can't help themselves and cannot ever take 1 ounce of criticism. And if you're not willing to change, I'm not going to butt heads, argue, scream, whatever you want to say. But this is not normal. And it's not normal for a restaurant to go through that many staff. It's not normal for a kitchen that small to have 65 items on the menu. And it's not normal for the level of animosity that you've built inside this restaurant and outside. You have the right to run the business the way you want to run your business. I have the right to do the right thing. And the right thing for me is to get out of here.
There is a second part to the saga of Amy's baking company, but I feel like I need a little break before we get to that. So I think it's salmon patty time. Yeah, let's cook for a little bit. I'll put a time code if you don't want to see that segment so you can get back into the drama. Okay, this is from 2 cans of salmon, and the first thing we're going to do is open it up and see those bones. We're going to go ahead and take them out. You can leave them in if you want to because they are edible, but it's just my preference to usually take them out. And after that, we're going to mash the salmon meat just so that it actually gets well enough to make it into a patty. Then we're gonna crack an egg. Actually, I forgot to crack 2 eggs for this because we have 2 things of salmon, so I did end up cracking another one after initially mixing it. And then we're gonna go ahead and mix it all together. I usually like doing this before I add my seasoning, just so I know that, you know, the egg is already starting to bind the ingredients together. But we're gonna add our salt, and then we're gonna add some pepper. And I did something different. I added adobo seasoning. I don't usually do that, but it's pretty good, and it actually made the salmon taste better. And I also added some Italian seasoning. I know this may sound a little bit weird, but it helps with the taste of the salmon. After that, I added my onions and bell peppers. And something I like to do, I like to add some garlic. I feel like it tastes so good in my salmon patties. I just did it one day and I just continue to keep doing it. But after that, we're just gonna go ahead and mix it all together. And after getting it together, this is usually when I like to pour it in my flour. To be honest with y'all, I don't really measure my flour. I just kind of measure with my heart. I think because I've been making it for so long, I know when it is the consistency to actually be able to make it into a patty, because it'll start to hold and I know I can start to mold it. Then it is time to actually make the patties how you want to make them. You can make them big or you can make them small. It's kind of the fun part of it. And once we make it into our little shape, we can go ahead and place it into the hot oil. And you'll know it'll be ready when both sides start to look golden brown. By the way, I think we should put a little prank on those who skipped over this segment. Say something crazy like, didn't expect you to catch a salmon with your bare hands for this recipe. Just a little confusion for the plot, just to mess with them. And look how these turned out. They turned out looking so great. And I promise y'all, these are delicious. Like I said last time, I wish that I could share it with y'all. Okay, time for the moment of truth. That tastes really good, as usual. All right, I'll see you guys back at the desk. After the way things went, you'd think that Gordon Ramsay and a production team would have never wanted anything else to do with Amy's Baking Company. But something interesting and somewhat predictable happened after the episode aired.
Since the airing of Amy's Baking Company, people were very anxious to express their views in a variety of ways on the internet. One of the things that got a lot of attention was this cartoon made by the Jacksomoto Company.
You guys, I make excellent food. You all think that you can come in here and say these things. Are you kidding?
So there's this restaurant called Amy's Baking Company.
The owners are nuts.
This was the first time in the history of the show he decided this place was beyond hell.
Gordon Ramsay even is like, I'm out of here.
Just could not believe how this couple treated their
They
customers.
just kept going and going with the same stuff over and over.
Hundreds of people are turning to social media to voice their anger.
Samy and Amy, they're on Facebook now, just trashing everybody. It got uglier and uglier for there.
There were threats, nasty online messages.
Freaking crazy.
This is what you don't ever do.
I'm actually not.
A lot of action on social media.
Memes and jokes and photoshops.
Gifts, worldwide backlash.
Unbelievable to see all of it bubble up online.
Wow, it was so crazy.
Yeah, after the world witnessed how crazy these two are, they became infamous and finally had the spotlight they asked Gordon Ramsay for, just not the way that they hoped.
The episode of Kitchen Nightmares about Amy's Baking Company was a pretty special one because it was the first time Gordon Ramsay walked away from a restaurant. Wow. Which is something he never does. And it definitely sparked a curiosity.
People were incredibly interested in this story. There were thousands of comments directed at Amy and Samy, basically calling them bat crazy.
Everyone was under the consensus that these people were not particularly normal. The problem was Amy and Samy started responding to these comments. As the comments started pouring in, Amy and Samy just kept posting and posting and posting.
They just attacked everybody and just posted status after status, just swearing, calling people out on everything, and just continuing their cyberbullying. What they do best, I guess.
It was like covering a breaking news story, except instead of politics, we were following this little eatery in Arizona. Honestly, I've never seen something like this before. They were just that crazy.
The funniest part about all of this is they couldn't even deal with all of the heat that they were receiving and trying to dish out. And then they lied about them responding to hate comments.
Amy and Samy took to their Facebook and said that it was hacked and that all of the statements that came previously weren't them. And it was met with this really hilarious, "Are you kidding me?" collectively from the internet. No, clearly you weren't hacked at all.
I saw the way that they treated people, and what they said on Facebook is exactly how they acted in real life.
There is the phrase, no publicity is bad publicity, but at the same time, if you're not careful, the internet can turn you into a sideshow, and I think that's exactly what happened here.
I would imagine that Amy and Samy wouldn't have any issue responding to their haters and bullies since this is what they do on a regular at their restaurant. But to lie about them not responding back to any of that is such a loser thing to do. I think they found their match. They finally met too many people that would match their energy and realize that they cannot win at all. But what can you do when millions of people have their eyes on you and there are hundreds upon hundreds of valid comments about how batshit insane you are? I don't condone bullying of any kind, but Amy and Samy deserve their lashings. If you continue being horrible people, you've opened up the door for that kind of energy to flow your way. To put it lightly, they never thought that they'd get their asses dragged for them being assholes. The sad thing is that all we saw in their episode wasn't an act for the cameras. I had a documentary class when I was in school, and one thing I learned is that when you put a camera on someone, they become social actors. Even though you are capturing reality, the persons that you're recording may not act normally because for the most part, they now have a source that is capturing their every move and everything that they say. Amy and Samy really just act like this regardless of who's watching.
There is something I want to clear up. They asked me to come and help them. Right now, I want to show you something that's only ever been seen by myself and the producers of the show. It's their submission video. Oh boy, check it out.
The biggest problems with this restaurant would be my husband is too nervous in the front of the house.
Doesn't really have a customer service background in any way, shape, or form.
I'm chicken leg, no head. You go, I go, I don't know where to start.
Samy needs to be removed from this situation.
This is the first kitchen I've ever worked in where we're not really allowed to talk to each other.
Stop talking, everyone, stop, get out, no talking. I'm out here all by myself, screaming. Smallest thing can happen, it's like the end of the world.
Hold on a second, hold on. I'm getting extremely nervous right now because I have so many things going on back here and I can't remember the questions you're asking because as soon as you ask me, I'm losing it.
If you don't come in and spend $100 at least, it's like, I don't need you.
Spectacular! My food is the best, I'm telling you.
Love you.
I don't think I've ever recoiled after seeing two people kiss, and it actually hurt my brain to witness it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, can the mind vomit?
Remember how Samy thought his employees weren't worthy of keeping the tips the customers gave them? It seems that Amy carries the same philosophy when the show shares some bonus footage of Gordon Ramsay bringing that up to Amy.
How can you attract good staff when you don't give them their tips they deserve?
My husband pays those girls $9 or $10 an hour to do nothing, okay? They don't deserve those tips. If they could work like my husband worked, if they could work like my husband works and it didn't require him to run like 4 people, they would get their tips. He's told them, run like I run and work like I work and you can have your tips. I am deluded, you're right.
Don't they think that word will get out that they are stealing from their employees? And don't they think that they can get in trouble for that? They keep using the excuse that the employees just don't work hard enough, and I think that is bullshit. The only reason why Amy and Samy treat their employees like that and keep tips is because they are thieves. And they think they can keep getting away with it. Unfortunately, they have been getting away with it because they've been hiring people who just don't know any better. Again, I would have made a nice little call to whomever it concerns because it is unacceptable.
You can't keep getting away with it!
I had to change the background for this part because their business was reduced to nothing but ashes after this. Because of all the attention that Amy and Samy received from their episode of Kitchen Nightmares, they decided to check up on them after everything. They wanted to see how the restaurant has been doing and how they've been dealing with their newfound fame. Quick question, do you think that Amy and Samy learned their lesson and changed their ways? Now, if you were being a silly goose and answered yes,
wrong answer, forehead.
Trying to get a general vibe for how things have been, Kitchen Nightmares had their reporter Anna Garcia speak to the employees and some patrons who have been at the restaurant.
After Chef Ramsay left, it was just a dramatic mess.
I'm not
Amy and Sammy thought everyone was out to get them.
Attitude I've never seen in my life.
They fired everyone, told everyone who can do everything on their own. The next day I was called and Amy and Sammy begged for me to come back, so I did.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sammy and Amy saw that I had taken a $5 tip from my customer and had a huge fit over it and told me that I'm a thief and get out of his restaurant. And I threw the money at them and I walked out and told them, don't ever talk to me again.
We honestly went in with, let's see if the food is really as people say.
One of our friends ordered a drink, got it, noticed that there was something floating in the drink. It had 3 fruit flies in it. We called Sammy over and he got really upset and he said there are no flies. He never even acknowledged that there was anything wrong.
I said to him, we didn't bring flies in our pockets with us. And he just said, you have to go, you have to go, you have to go.
We thought they would kind of wanting to be, pleasing everybody and wanting to have the customers and, but they were exactly like we thought they were.
Flies in the drink is wild. They are their own worst enemy. There's no need to try to sabotage them because they will beat you before you can even do it. I mean, I can just imagine. You brought those flies from home, didn't you? No, you did. Because you're haters and bullies. And you're trying to destroy us. You're trying to destroy our business and we won't stand for it. Oh my God, man. It's just... You just know that's what they were trying to say the customers were doing. Not only are they still treating the customers and employees like trash, they're now trying to cash in on their infamy by selling merch.
They're trying to cash in on their notoriety. If you go to their website, they're selling t-shirts that are printed with lines from the show. It's not a classy move, but becoming a tourist attraction where they basically make fun of themselves, I think is the only way for them to survive.
It's definitely turned into a spectacle that if you're in the area, you just have to see what it's all about.
I guess selling shirts is better than doing a diss track or singing an apology song like most cancel people do. Finally getting around to an exclusive interview. When Anna Garcia walks into Amy's Baking Company, Samy shares his grievances about how the show tried to ruin him and how now he wants to be compensated.
Just sit down. Don't worry.
Hi, Sammy. Anna Garcia from Kitchen Nightmares. How are you?
Kitchen Nightmares?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yes.
Can we come in and talk? Thank you
yes.
so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
May I introduce myself? Hi, Anna Garcia from Kitchen Nightmares. Very nice to meet you. We want to catch up with you and Sammy. Do you have a few minutes for us?
No. You come what to talk to me?
I'd love to talk with you.
No, you talk to me and I want money because this time from Kitchen Nightmare I want money. You guys did make so much money because of us, and Gordon Ramsay tried to bury me alive. Who he wants, I will bury him first. I will bury him first and bury your Kitchen Nightmare also because you did it on purpose. You set me up and this is what you did. You tried to bury us alive. And you didn't do yet. And I wouldn't let nobody to do it.
Well, will you sit down and talk with us, Sammy,
Yes,
about what
please.
happened and everything that's happened?
Let Gordon Ramsay himself because he was not fair.
We also have Amy going on this long rant about how everyone has been so unfair to them.
Let me show you something. It's disgusting. So I posted, I took a screen, Sammy.
Who is he? He has no balls. He's jealous of my balls. This is what he is.
We were made to look like the most psychotic, lunatic people in the universe. And after watching Kitchen Nightmares, I see all the crazy, but I don't see any of the good. I know the people that came here were Yelpers because I have proof of it. They were on Yelp talking about it after they were filming and before they were coming here. This is not stuff that I've invented. I'm not delusional. I'm not crazy. Yes, we are passionate. Yes, we are wild. If I came after you, you would probably stand up too. If I came after anybody else, you would defend yourself, wouldn't you? If you have a family, wouldn't you defend it? Now we have waitresses because we had to change our whole procedure because the whole universe thought my husband was stealing the tips. So we tried something new.
I know this is like my 3rd or 4th time going over this, so I'm so sorry. But he was stealing. Both of you were stealing. It literally was caught on camera, so you can't even try to act like everyone just made it up.
I took all of the negative things that Gordon Ramsay said and I tried to improve on it. That's why I had him come here. People come here to try to set us up because they think it's funny because they have a for Gordon Ramsay. There was one person, he left on this plate, and I have it in my office, and I have the surveillance camera proof of it. He puts a giant rubber cockroach on the plate and left it there, left without buying a cake and thought that that was funny. We are dealing with that daily. It's not gonna work here. We stood up to Gordon Ramsay, we're gonna stand up to the world, because we don't go down without a fight. We have to show the world and every single business owner out there that you have to stand up. You cannot let anyone shake you down. We have a voice, he has a voice, and it's up to us to stay strong and to show our true product and what we really have to offer here at Amy's Baby Company. And that's it.
If you're not aware, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And I'm not even trying to be funny saying this, but these two are great examples of why taking your mental health seriously is so important. In one hand, it makes for great television, but you start to realize like there's just something not right up here. There's something that is gone, and I don't even know if it can be fixed. It's going unchecked as they unleash their anger onto the world. Anna then questions them about their Facebook comments and how they were hacked, and Amy has an excuse ready to go for that.
What happened with Facebook, with the allegations that you had been hacked?
Every single post that was written calling people and making fun of them for not making money did not come from us. We didn't say those things. Now we are, because now you have lit the fire inside of us. Now when we're calling people little trolls and telling them that they have no balls, yes, that's us. Because I think it takes a very special kind of person. It's called a eunuch to be able to call someone and bully them over the phone or through the internet when you don't know who they are.
They are too old to be acting like this. There is no way that they should be behaving this way, and it is so sad to see. When we get to their changes, they rejected Gordon Ramsay's advice, believing it was not sensible for their restaurant.
All of this that's happened, have you made any changes to the menu?
He can keep his menus. Right. His menu, he can keep it for his own restaurant.
What happened to the raviolis? Are the raviolis still frozen?
Yes, still frozen. Yes, still frozen.
There was a part in the episode where it showed that Samy tries to shield you from criticism. And when Gordon sent back some food, Samy, you didn't really want to tell Amy.
Because it's not true. Why. Because my wife's food is excellent. Everybody loves my wife's food.
The reason that he didn't tell me each plate was getting sent back is because he knew that Gordon Ramsay was full of Samy tells everything to me as I tell everything to Samy. We share, we don't keep secrets from each other. He protects me, I protect him. People love us because we stand together and we are united. Yes, he and I will fight to the death for each other, no doubt. You come and you try to attack us, I'm going to be like a fierce lion. I'm going to attack anybody that's coming to try to hurt my husband or my business.
My God, this is actually draining. And I feel like my life force is slowly being siphoned away the more I am spending time talking about Amy and Samy. As you can see, everyone else is to blame for their business failing, and they are just allergic to accountability. Accountability? Who's she? Never met her. Through all of this, of course, there's been a decline in their business, and they believe it has nothing to do with the way that they behave.
It has affected your business. Are you seeing the customers come back?
No,
did something...
Different people, different people, they come, they are very happy, surprised what Gordon Ramsay say. I have enough money to keep my business as long till the stupid people become smart. And then they come again to us. And they will. We are not the ones Gordon Ramsay represent us. Yeah. We are not at all. We are not a villain or gangster or what. I am reformed and I give up long ago.
But you did say to Gordon, I'm a gangster.
Well,
I mean, you did say that.
Again. I will say it again if somebody, because I am the one who can go on top of him. He cannot go on top of me. I can promise you. Not him and not all his people.
When Anna gives Samy and Amy the opportunity to leave a message for Gordon Ramsay, this is what they decide to say.
Do you have a message for Gordon Ramsay?
Mr. Ramsay, for all the respect that I had for you, I ask you now to really put the truth and really give us a chance. Really give us a chance.
Who is it to give you a chance?
Because he tried to destroy us. Well, he has control of these cameras.
He doesn't give us chance. Everybody.
Has control over these cameras. They edited us.
I need him to give me a chance.
Well, obviously, the whole world thinks that we're psychotic.
He killed you already.
The way that they edited us.
He killed you already. You think he's going to come and say, no, the food is good? I was joking.
Yeah, I think he should do that if he's.
No, he won't do that, Amy. You're asking too much. He can't.
Well,
he's going to say that and he's going to close his store. That's it. He's finished. He's finished. He won't do that. He will never say the truth. Of course, he will keep it.
You're misrepresenting us. We're not crazy. I swear we're not crazy. They say while they're yelling acting crazy. Unfortunately, this is not the last time that Samy and Amy have been on television. As I was reading the article, I found out that they were on Dr. Phil of all television shows.
Samy says that he is organized and very courteous with his staff, but when you see him interact, it tells a different story. He says this is all put up, set up. Let's take a look at this and I'll let you respond.
Okay. You serve count, you don't speak like this. Go on. I'm here.
I've eaten a lot of places, some nice, some not so nice, but I don't think I've ever had somebody come out and offer to whip my ass.
There were, all those people you see, they were actors for Kitchen Nightmare.
And they were Yelpers.
They were not customers at all. My customers, I behave differently with my customers.
Now we did a drill down on that, and these people are not actors. Listen, you don't throw gas on a fire. Why take the bait?
I was thinking about maybe watching that, but I think I've had my fill of Amy and Samy, and I just can't do it anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I cannot.
You can't do it. I can't. You are stressing me to hell. I can't. I'm done.
And from what I can gather, is them still blaming everyone else for their business failing and how everyone is just out to get them. In a 2024 article from Arizona Central, they reported that Amy and Samy had to close their doors in 2015 after having an issue with their landlord. The landlord had allowed construction to happen in parts of the shopping center Amy's baking company was a part of, which led to a strong odor of sewage lingering in their business. Even though the restaurant had closed at that location, it seems that they did try to revive it when they moved to California. In an article from MASH, it's reported that when Amy and Samy moved from Arizona to California, they tried to reboot the business, but had to close their doors again because Sammy's immigration case had a spotlight on it when he declined to share his criminal past, which led to Samy being deported back to Israel. From there, I imagine things kept worsening for the couple because it's reported that in 2022, Amy filed for divorce from Samy. But before then, Samy had created a post in 2021 that mocked Amy. It was a photoshopped photo of Amy on a Vogue magazine that read, "It's the same girl Amy from May." I don't know why, but it seems like he just didn't have spell check on that day. But it says, "It's the same girl from Amy Bacon Comp. She wants to be a fake model like her pastries." So I guess there was some animosity building between the two of them. I tried looking for the photo, but I could not find it anywhere. Even in Google search, I couldn't find it. And it could appear that Samy removed the photo, or it's because he actually has his Facebook locked. Those who have been watching me, y'all know I can be nosy sometimes, but I'm not that nosy to friend him and see if the photo is still there. On the other hand, Amy has become somewhat of a content creator on Instagram. The last thing she posted was a few weeks ago, and she's still baking her sweets, which look delicious. I would try them. I know I said some things that can come across as being harsh about how they were in their episodes for Kitchen Nightmares, but I mean, that is the way that you are showcasing yourself to the world. But I do hope that they got some help with their anger issues, especially Amy, because she has a wonderful talent, but no one wants to deal with that attitude, especially if you can go from 0 to 100 at any moment. I covered this episode because I saw people mentioning it in my last Kitchen Nightmares video, and I just was curious enough to see exactly how crazy these episodes were. I don't regret it, but I know, like I said, I've had my fill of Amy and Samy. That is all I have for you fine people today. Thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. If this is your first time on my channel, you can check out the videos I did about Gordon Ramsay's shows, which include Kitchen Nightmares and Hotel Hell. I will make sure to link those on screen and in the description. I know y'all have some thoughts about this saga of Amy's Baking Company, so please leave them below in the comments. I always enjoy reading what y'all have to say. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap on the notifications so you never miss one of my uploads. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves. Bye.